I feel very passionately for libertarian causes and human freedom and stuff like that. But I'm not going to these events, okay? And I had to throw this in here because if you're broke, you don't have time to play activist, okay? You don't have the time for that. Ain't nobody got time for that. Do you own your own revenue stream that's going to comfortably pay for all your expenses in the next 5 years? If not, you don't have time to waste fucking around. You've got to get your financial security together, or you're not going to feel comfortable in life. If you don't have any money, and this is even more important, you're also not going to change the world, okay? I can go to the libertarian conferences all day, meet with hundreds of other guys, and none of us are going to do a damn thing, okay? Even with all the money and the connections in the world, getting a libertarian candidate into American politics who's actually going to promote libertarian policies would be incredibly difficult. And the guy would probably end up with a bullet in his head, the second he starts fucking with the banking system. That's the reality, okay? And for guys like me, guys like you, without like real serious fucking money, we're not going to change anything. So avoid these causes altogether. These are echo chambers for people who have an emotional reaction to an idea that they pretend is a rational belief. All right, I love the libertarian philosophy, but that is my emotional bias to it. Is that the best system for everyone in the world? I don't know. There's so many variables that go into that, okay? Something that I always keep an open mind in, because at the end of the day, when we're really being true with ourselves, these political philosophies and ideologies is all bullshit, okay? We are self-interested beings, and we act in our self-interest at all times. That's all I can tell you. All I can give you is a personal philosophy on life, in that I act in my self-interest at all times. So you can devote yourself to a cause when you have the money to make a difference, okay? A good example of that is Donald Trump. $10 billion in assets. That is the going rate for a seat at the table of change. He is running for president here in 2016 because he has a shitload of money, and he's not beholden to any billionaires because he is the billionaire. All right, this is the first time we've ever seen that. And usually Obama or Bush, they're going to be owned by 2 or 3 of these big guys, or Goldman Sachs or whoever, and they got to be a good boy, and they got to toe the line, and they got to put the policies into place that their masters tell them to. Donald Trump doesn't have to do that. So he can say what he wants, he can do what he wants, and he's got the money to provide the security, and he's got the money to run on his own. And that's what it costs for just a seat at the table. Whether he gets elected or not, and whether he actually makes real change or not, is a whole different thing altogether. But that amount of money is required just for a seat at the table of change, okay? That's how hard it is to really change things in the world. And that's something you got to be aware of, so that you don't get caught up in this stuff. Get caught up in your own life and making yourself happy and making money for yourself, okay? If you're listening to this and you're a young guy and you become fantastically wealthy at some point, amazing. You can do great things in the world. But until that point, you are not going to make any real kind of change. So forget going to these groups, and forget networking at these events, and getting yourself involved in all this shit, all right?